Okay, we were talking about the words we use for describing people. Okay, let me share this. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, we were talking about, we did some listening about the different features, how to become famous in YouTube, also about the physical description of these guys and see which one was selected. Okay. And we have adjectives. The adjectives we can use for people to describe not the physical characteristic, but their character, okay, their behavior. So we have some here: anxious, easygoing, generous, lazy, polite, quiet, shy, and stupid. Okay. Opposite of strict, easygoing. Okay. Sebastian, opposite of anxious. Opposite of anxious, Sebastian?
The opposite of anxious, calm.
Calm. So he's not anxious, he is calm. Okay, good. Opposite of hardworking, Eric? Opposite of hardworking?
Lazy.
Lazy. Karen, opposite of smart? Opposite of smart?
Stupid.
Stupid. Stupid people. Is that a song? Yes. Stupid people. Valentina, contrary of noisy? Valentina. Valentina is not there. Maria Valentina, contrary of noisy, please.
Shy.
No. Noisy is a person who makes a lot of noise. So what's the contrary of a person who makes a lot of noise? Contrary of noisy? Yes, quiet. Remember that quiet is not tranquilo. It's silent. Quiet. Quiet. Karen, contrary of mean.
Polite.
No, in this case, mean means a person who is who doesn't
Evil.
give anything, who doesn't give anything to anyone.
Okay. Is it generous?
Generous, okay? Mean can also be a synonym of rude, but in this case, mean means a person who doesn't like to give anything to anyone. So here the contrary is generous. Okay,
What does
Valentina.
what does
Mean.
mean means?
Mean can be a synonym for rude, maleducado, but also can
Okay.
be a synonym of pichirre, avaro. Okay? So, Valentina Ponce, contrary of rude.
Shy.
No, rude means maleducado.
Polite.
Polite. And finally, contrary of confident, shy. Okay? Shy. Shy person. Person who doesn't like to speak too much. Okay? Beside, we have some prefixes that we use in the negative form. Okay? We have on, im, or this. When we put that at the beginning, it means no. Okay? All these prefixes mean no. Okay? So for example, friendly, unfriendly, not friendly. Okay? Impossible, not possible. Dysfunctional, not to function. Okay? So when you find words in English that begin with those prefixes on, im, or this, it means no. So we have unfriendly. Eric, what can we use with patient? Unpatient, impatient, or dispatient? It's like in
Impatient.
Spanish. It's like in Spanish.
Impatient.
Impatient. Okay, Sebastian, pleasant, unpleasant, unpleasant, or displeasant?
Unpleasant.
Unpleasant. Okay, Karen, honest,
Dishonest.
dishonest, like in Spanish. Dishonest. Maria Valentina, reliable, unreliable, unreliable, or disreliable?
Unreliable.
Unreliable. Okay, so patient, impatient, impatient, not patient. Unpleasant, not pleasant. Dishonest, not honest. Unreliable, not reliable. Remember, reliable means confiable. Okay? So reliable, confiable, unreliable, you don't have any, you don't trust that person. Okay? No se puede confiar. Those are the prefixes. Because they go at the beginning. But sometimes we have suffixes that go at the end. In this case, full, that is in Spanish, full, unless means small quantity. Okay? For example, restless, una persona que no descansa. Sleepless, una persona que no duerme. So less means no. Again. And full means yes. A lot. Success, successful, someone who has a lot of success. Eric, number 2, someone who is usually happy and positive.
Church.
Cheerful or cheerless?
Cheerful.
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 Cheerful. Sebastian, someone or something that who looks good, beauty. Beautyless or beautiful?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay. Maria Valentina, someone who likes to help, who helps a lot.
Helpful.
Karen, someone who can't help.
Helpless.
Helpless. Okay. So, notice we have contrary adjectives when you describe the character of a person, the personality of someone. You can use these words: strict, easygoing, hardworking, lazy, smart, etc. If you want to describe that person and say that that person doesn't have that quality, we have the on, im, and this. And if we want also to characterize that person, describe a part of their personality, we can use the suffixes full or less. Pedro is very lazy. Okay, he's helpless most of the times. He cannot help anyone because he's lazy. Okay, or Peter is very intelligent and he explains topics. He explains math to his classmates because he's helpful. He's a very helpful person. Okay? Any question about prefixes and suffixes? Remember, this is just part of vocabulary you can use to describe someone. If you check your classroom, there you have an assignment for describing someone, but only physically. Okay? Actually, between today and tomorrow, we finish Unit 8. It means that Tuesday, after
One,
the holiday, we
one
have,
question.
yes,
What does mean themselves?
themselves.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you. There is something called, give me a second. Oh, get it. You, God damn it, get it. Okay. There is a structure called reflexive pronouns. Have you ever heard about them in the previous levels? Reflexive pronouns indicate one, okay? The reflexive pronouns indicate one, an action done by a person alone, a person or people alone, or an action done by a person or people with not help. With no help. For every subject pronoun, we have a reflexive pronoun. So we have myself, yourself, himself, herself, which are the singular ones. Okay, and we have the plural ones. Ourselves, themselves, and yourselves. Because remember, you can be singular or plural. Okay? Myself corresponds to I, yourself, you, himself, he, herself, she, ourselves for we, themselves for them, they, and yourselves for you as plural. Okay? They always refer to the subject. For example, some children take the school bus by themselves. Okay? In this case, some children, sorry, give me a second. Some children themselves. It means they do it alone. Okay, nobody go to take the bus with them. Why themselves? Because some children can be substituted by the pronoun they. They themselves. Okay, when we have the by, indicates alone. Laura always makes herself some clothes. In this case, herself is in the middle, not at the end. So it means that she does it with no help. So why herself? Because we have here, sorry. No, I don't want it. Why we said herself? Because Laura can be substituted by she. Okay. The first case, by reflexive pronoun alone. When they have at the middle of a sentence means with no help. So this corresponds to number 1. And this corresponds to number 2. Okay? Got the idea, Eric?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, it can be used in, there is no problem with the verb tense. You can use it in any present, past, future, etc. The important is that the subject always corresponds to the reflexive pronoun. I cannot say, for example, I talk to yourself. No, I talk to myself. Me hablo a mí misma. I usually talk to myself before I make a decision. Okay? Questions about the reflexive pronouns? Oh, no problem. Is that okay?
Teacher,
Yes?
I have another question. How I know what prefix use in opposite of adjective? For example, on, in, or this. Why I don't use this pleasant?
Unfortunately, there is no grammatical rule.
Ah, okay.
Okay? Unfortunately, there isn't any. There is no way. What I got when I was studying at the university, I made the same question. And they told me, hey, most of the times when the words come from Latin, we use this. Okay? Because it's the same we use in Spanish, because Spanish comes from Latin. And remember that English is a mixture of German, barbaric languages, Latin, French, Saxon. And that's why we have the same word, honesto, honest. In Spanish, we say deshonesto. And in English, it is dishonest. So one of my teachers told me, well, most of the times when the words are similar to Latin words, we use this. Please, pleasant. In this case, it's not pleasant, but pleasant. Una persona que es, how can I translate that? Because it's displeasant. Disciplente. Una persona que es, que se dedica mucho a las cosas, ¿ok? Que es dedicada. Entonces, cuando no lo es, en español decimos displecente, aunque no se usa mucho en Latinoamérica, y en inglés displeasant. Okay? So you can get an orientation about that, but it is a rule. Mira, si comienza con vocal, vamos a usar un, o si comienza con ciertas consonantes, vamos a usar im. Unfortunately, there isn't any. Okay. But with the less and full is easy. You take the adjective and you put at the end. Resource, recurso. Resourceless, no tiene recursos. Resourceful, tiene muchos recursos. Okay. Useless, no tiene uso, es inútil. Useful, es útil. Okay. Tasteful, sabroso, con mucho sabor. Tasteless, simple, sin sabor. So for the suffixes, it's easier than for the prefixes because you can use it with any word, only with the meaning. Okay. Any other question over here about these prefixes and suffixes? Okay. Here we have something very interesting. It is a listening activity about speaking test. This is the first part of a B1 speaking test. Okay, questions are, well, what's your name? Of course. How old are you? Where do you live? Who do you live with? Tell us about a teacher you like. My favorite teacher is. How often do you use a mobile phone? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Okay, so we're going to listen to these three candidates. We're going to listen 3 times so you can get the answers they use. And then say, do you think the candidates answer well this question? Why or why not? What does Celine say when she doesn't understand the examiner's question? And does the examiner repeat the same question to Celine or paraphrase it? Okay, so let me get 42. Let's see if this is the one, as usual. As I said, I don't know why it doesn't correspond because it's number 42. And the name of the girl is the same, Kiara. Mm. So it doesn't, it's the same name, but the question does not correspond. Let me check if there is another one, okay? Because I have 2 versions of the textbook. New version and old version. You have the old version. Let me see if I can find the the old version one. Give me a second. Okay, let me check it. Ta -ta 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 -ta, B1. Complete. Let me see, number 43, 26. Give me a second, 51. Which one is this? No. This one.
Sorry. Is it play yet? I can't listen the audio.
You cannot listen?
I can't.
What about the others? Could you listen? Or it was
No,
too
li-
loud?
no,
Okay.
teacher, I
Let
can
me
listen.
let me put more
On the
volume.
chat, can listen.
Let me put more volume, so give me a second. Okay, volume to the top. Oh yes, it's in 50. Maybe that's why. If you don't listen, please tell me. Otherwise, I keep on doing it. Okay, the volume is in 100. Let's listen again.
Unit 8.
Better?
Yes.
Speaking.
Okay,
Part
nice.
1.
Thank you.
Exercise 1.
What's your name?
My name's Chiara.
Thank you. How old are you, Chiara?
I'm 14.
Where do you live?
I live in Italy.
Who do you live with?
I live with my parents and my sister.
Tell us about a teacher you like.
My favorite teacher is my maths teacher. He's tall with curly hair. I like him because he's very patient and calm, and he explains things really well.
Now, what's your name?
My name's Celine.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Thank you. Where do you live?
I live in Switzerland.
Who do you live with?
I live with my grandmother, my mom, and my 2 brothers.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Do you often use a mobile phone?
Oh, yes. My mom says I use it too often. I use it for everything. It's my alarm clock. I check it for messages. And I also use my phone for the internet and to watch videos.
What's your name?
Akihiko,
Thank you. How old are you?
13.
Where do you live, Akihiko?
I live in Tokyo, in Japan.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom and my dad, my grandparents, and my sister.
What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I really enjoy playing sports. After school, I play table tennis with a team, and I also like baseball. I like reading books and watching TV too.
Okay, second time.
Unit 8. Speaking. Part 1. Exercise 1.
What's your name?
My name's Chiara.
Thank you. How old are you, Chiara?
I'm 14.
Where do you live?
I live in Italy.
Who do you live with?
I live with my parents and my sister.
Tell us about a teacher you like.
My favorite teacher is my maths teacher. He's tall with curly hair. I like him because he's very patient and calm, and he explains things really well.
Now, what's your name?
My name's Celine.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Thank you. Where do you live?
I live in Switzerland.
Who do you live with?
I live with my grandmother, my mom, and my 2 brothers.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Do you often use a mobile phone?
Oh, yes. My mom says I use it too often. I use it for everything. It's my alarm clock. I check it for messages. And I also use my phone for the internet and to watch videos.
What's your name?
Akihiko,
Thank you. How old are you?
13.
Where do you live, Akihiko?
I live in Tokyo, in Japan.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom and my dad, my grandparents, and my sister.
What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I really enjoy playing sports. After school, I play table tennis with a team, and I also like baseball. I like reading books and watching TV too.
Okay.
Unit 8.
Okay.
My favorite teacher is my maths teacher.
Okay. Who is Kiara's favorite teacher, Sebastian?
Her math teacher.
Math teacher. Math teacher. Okay. Pay attention, please. Eric.
He's tall with curly hair. I like him because he's very patient.
Uh-huh. What is the appearance of the math teacher, Eric? What's her appearance?
Tall,
Tall. Uh-huh. What else?
I'm very patient.
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 Patient. Okay. Is tall. And she says very, very patient. Okay, there is one detail apart tall. Maria Valentina, what is the other physical detail? Listen.
And my sister.
Tell us.
My favorite teacher is my maths teacher. He's tall with curly hair. I like him because he's very patient and calm, and he explains things really well.
Now, what's your name?
My name's Celine.
Thank you.
Okay, what is missing? He's tall and he has? What does he has?
Curly hair.
Curly hair. Very good. Curly hair. Let's go to Celine. Okay, Karen, get his age and where she lives, okay?
How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Thank you. Where do you live?
I live in Switzerland.
Okay, Karen. Age?
She is 15 years old and she's from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Okay. Sebastian, who does he live with? Who does she live with?
Who do you live with?
I live with my grandmother, my mom, and my 2 brothers.
Okay.
How
where does
often-
she live?
With her grandmother, her mom, and her 2 brothers.
Grandmother, mom, and 2 brothers. Okay. Maria Valentina, how often does she use a mobile phone?
Who do you live with?
I live with my grandmother, my mom, and my 2 brothers.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Do you often use a mobile phone?
Oh, yes. My mom says I use it too often.
Okay. How often does she use her mobile phone?
Too often.
Too often. Okay. Valentina, please notice this.
I live with my grandmother, my mom,
listen.
and my 2 brothers.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Do you often use a mobile phone?
Okay. Did the interviewer make the same question? He repeated the question or he changed the question?
Repeating the question.
Yes. Did she repeat the same question or the person who is asking changed the question? Listen.
Who do you live with?
My grandmother, my mom, and my 2 brothers.
Listen.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Do you often use a mobile phone?
Okay. Is the same question or he changed the question?
No, is the different.
It's different. In this case, she says, how often do you use a mobile phone? Or do you often use a mobile phone? Was the second question, okay? Something happened with this. It's frozen. Okay, now it is not frozen.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Do you often use a mobile phone?
Do you often use a mobile phone? Okay, Sebastian, what is the answer? Listen and check.
Oh, yes. My mom says I use it too often. I use it for everything. It's my alarm clock. I check it for messages. And I also use my phone for the internet and to watch videos.
Okay, what does she use her cell phone for? Sebastian?
She uses for everything, for example,
Alarm clock?
checking messages,
What else?
checking messages,
Messages? What else?
internet, see videos.
Watch videos, okay? Let's finish with Mr. Akihiko. Okay, Eric, age and place. Okay, the first 2 questions. Listen.
What's your name?
Akihiko,
Thank you. How old are you?
13.
Where do you live, Akihiko?
I live in Tokyo, in Japan.
Okay, age, Eric. How old is Akihiko?
13.
13. Where does he live?
Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo, comma, Japan. Karen, the family.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom and my dad, my grandparents, and my sister.
Okay, who does he live with?
He lives with his mother, dad, grandparents, and sister.
And sister. Okay, Maria Valentina, what does he enjoy doing in his free time? Free time activities.
What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I really enjoy playing sports. After school,
What does he enjoy doing?
Playing the sport after the school.
Playing sports after school. Okay, Valentina, listen the second activity.
I play table tennis with a team,
Mhm.
and I also like baseball.
Which sport does he play?
Play table tennis with
With a
with
team,
a team
and
with a team, and also playing baseball.
baseball. Okay.
I like reading books.
What else does he like, Sebastian?
He likes table tennis, baseball, and reading books, and watching TV too.
Reading books and
Watching TV.
watching TV. Very good. Okay, these are the kind of questions that you might have in a Cambridge speaking test. That's why it is here. Okay. So with this activity, we finish Unit 8. It means that next Tuesday you have a quiz. Okay, Unit 4 to 5 to 8, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that will include the conditionals, and the most of the questions are related with Unit 7 and 8. Okay. What else I have to say? Please check the activities in the classroom. You have activities there. I'm going to set today some activities for you to practice for the test. So please do it. Okay. And next Tuesday we have the test. You have to write an email in that test. Okay. Again, practicing writing emails until you can do it perfectly. So have a very good night. Give me a second. Let me check if I took the picture right. I took the picture at the beginning of the class. Okay. Yes, it is there. So have a very good night and have a happy holiday. And no, we have classes tomorrow. Yes, we have classes tomorrow. Yes, we have class tomorrow. I'm thinking today is Wednesday. Oh my God. Okay, so tomorrow we'll practice the pages from Unit 7 and 8 to see if you have any question about those two last units. And we can check also maybe 5 and 6. We're gonna check the content to see if you have questions about them. And then with that, we are ready for the test next week. Okay? So have a very good night. Thank you for coming and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Karen
Bye,
wants to
teacher.
go to sleep. Karen looks
Thank
sleepy.
you. See you tomorrow.
Sebastian looks sleepy. Bye-bye. See ya.